Welcome to the show. This is an Unmasked Illuminati broadcast with your host, America Relic, the mesmerizing psychedelic. If the audio is coming through clearly, let me know. If it's a bit questionable, then also fill me in on the details. This is my first official live stream. With that being said, as the title of this live stream is concerned, that's pretty much the topic that I will be covering for today. You see, here in the truth community, we have a lot of interesting personalities, fascinating people, I tell you, very fascinating. With that being said, there's a topic that concerns me. A number of people are familiar with the mathematical patterns, which are very relevant to the agendas that are taking place in today's society. Right? The knowledge is absolutely essential. In fact, in a world where there's, quote, justice, it would be very valuable. But the truth is, justice begins and ends with you, the individual. Because the authorities are absolutely fucking useless. Just saying. You are the authority in your own life, over your own body. And there's a lot of powers that shouldn't be, people in places they don't belong, in positions they have no right to be in, that are in those positions strategically, because they serve the God of this world. Their ears are tickled with lies that are comfortable, and they push agendas that destabilize the respective communities in which they are supposed to, quote, represent. With that being said, my message is to encourage people to get back to the basics. Welcome, Freedom Seeds. Good to see you, brother. So, there's a lot of people in the so-called truth community that have an obsession with this positivity nonsense. I'm trying to address it in the most appropriate way possible. You know, for me, I have a very traditional take on everything that takes place. And when I say traditional, I mean exactly that. A very traditional take. Everybody knows where I stand. It's around the biblical narrative, the biblical construct by which our enemies, as a wonderful gentleman brought up recently, the wolves in sheep's clothing, because that's exactly what they are. Known as the Society of Jesus. The mockery. You understand? So, here's the thing. Those that are into that New Age philosophy, understand it's been taking over this so-called community for years. I've seen it taking root for years. Ignatian spirituality and all of its wonderful little components that are so appealing to so many people is pure theater, and it's Jesuit theater, because that's what they're all about. That garbage. Channeling different entities. And for what purpose? So you can get jammed up and more psychologically damaged and emotionally consumed with nonsense, just additional emotional baggage, it's not worth it. And if you think learning magic squares and lining everything up with your astrological sign and doing all this other pseudo-science propaganda is going to save your ass, you're out of your fucking mind. You just simply are. There's one solution, and that solution is simple. From my perspective, being that I believe in the biblical narrative, right? I believe in Yeshua HaMashiach, and that's a personal choice, right? What does he tell people like me that follow the way? When you see the abomination, flee to the mountains. Don't even go in for a jacket. So that is the solution. You get the hell out of your big cities and you pursue a more economical way of living. Grow your own food. Have your own water supply. Nearby lakes or a creek. Get yourself a manual well where you can pump the water out in the event that you don't have electricity. And you can choose alternative sources of power. Solar panels, right? If you have sun, windmills that you can build, hell, you can even use magnets and build something to that effect and play with that. The reality is, you need to get back to a more sustainable way of living. Hunting for food. All of these things that I'm mentioning are absolutely essential for survival. Sitting at home, relaxing in the city, hanging out on Twitter, posting nonsense, watching the brainless tools in politics say their stupid nonsense that they say on a regular basis, ain't gonna get you anywhere. It really isn't. Decoding their fake ass stories, what's been said has been said. And all that other, frivolous activity, whatever you want to call it. So, keep this in mind. Okay? Life isn't all butterflies and rainbows, but there are butterflies and rainbows. And the only way you're going to experience that is out in the country, away from stupid, useless people. Follow me? Ignore those freaks. Let them stay in their little fucking cave. Let me be more specific, artificial cave. Let them live their life. Right? But for you, and those that are like-minded like you, that have common sense, I know that's a dangerous phrase to use, common sense. Live your life to the fullest in the mountains. Have farm animals, live it up. And if and when they do come for you, fuck them. You know what I mean by that. It's not rocket science. So, just keep that in mind. There's one other little detail I'd like to add to that. For me personally, this is my first live stream, as many of you know. And I don't really have anything left to lose anyways. Because you see, I saw the storm coming well before it arrived. And it showed up, as expected. And now I have a deadline. September 30th. Get your shot to continue to stay employed, just so you can have the right to buy or sell. And see, so many people were drinking the Kool-Aid, believing in the lies, and all the wonderful distractions. And guess what? Now look at you. Looking around, what do we do? I hear people bitching and complaining, right? I'm surviving. I put on my mask and ride around in my car. Listen, this is the internet. And even in real life, I'm just as much of an asshole. Bitching and complaining about other people, I don't want to hear about that useless shit. Understand something. You've got a life to live, alright? Ain't nobody gonna take that steering wheel for you. Your ass is gonna have to drive. When you take a shit, is there someone there to wipe your ass? Unless you got a spouse, then you're in business. If you don't, well, it's that much more important to have people in your life that are there to fight for you, and you have to be willing to make that same sacrifice for them. This isn't this easy, you know, I'm just gonna Amazon Prime this bitch and get what I need shipped to me, right? Or get me a Sophia, the artificial robot that wiped my ass. No, that's not an option. At least not for people like me, that is. So, again, with that being said, the bullshit's already at my door, and I'm in the Sunshine State. So, yeah. With that being the case, I've got a lot of moves to make. Am I happy about it? Fuck no. But this is what happens when we have a society of pussies and spineless motherfuckers that got no common sense. They don't stand for anything, so they fall for anything. And that's a problem. I saw that recently. I went into a restaurant. It was in Orlando, Florida, right? And so I'm standing in line with someone who's a colleague of mine. We get up to the register, and there's this retard standing at the cash register. And he's mumbling under his breath because he's got a fucking muzzle on. Typical useless shit. So I go to place the order, and in his little accent, he refuses to serve me. So we go back and forth. He insists, his little manager walks up, he's probably like 20, 21 years old. Reinforces the stupidity. So then I say, listen, it's my turn to play, right? Just because I have the power to do so. But unfortunately, because these people were pussies, I already knew what they were going to do. They were going to escalate the situation and say, please, please come and save me. I'm in danger. I feel threatened for my life. Because that's what pussies do. When the pressure comes, it's just overwhelming for them. They can't handle the truth. So, that's the situation. We are surrounded by a lot of freaks, a lot of creatures that have no spine. As a gentleman that I have a lot of respect for. They're just a bunch of useless and spineless creatures swimming in an endless sea of stupidity. And you can't say it any better than that. With all that useful excitement that I shared with all of you. Just keep that in mind. Prepare yourself to lose everything, including your own life. Because this is a spiritual war, and it's not going to get any fucking easier moving forward. And if you think it is, think again. I'm not sure if you people can see me. Huh, interesting. Anyway, the live stream's probably getting a little shaky. The live stream is acting weird. As you know, the tyrants at YouTube have nothing better to do than censor my content. Because, see, the truth will set you free, and that's what they hate. Always disrupting the flow that we have. You see, the truth is, the people that are a threat are the people that are dangerous. You see, people like me are fucking dangerous. And those of you in the audience, you're dangerous too. The ones that think with that corona. And that's what they're afraid of. That's why it's a coronavirus. Because they gotta fuck your head up. They gotta fuck your corona up and make you a docile fucking monkey or whatever the fuck kind of creature they want to turn you into. Put a fucking, lizard head on you. Who knows? Who knows what kind of bullshit they want to pull on you? All I can tell you is this, is you've got to fight. Period. That's the only choice you got. And people don't like that. They don't want to hear the truth. But violence is an excellent solution to the problem. And hey, a man's got to eat. A man's got to put food on the table. He needs to have a roof over his head. And when they strip you of that ability to do so, it's fucking on. You understand? It just is. And people have this misconception in their head, right? You gotta be this sweet little angel that's gonna kiss people's asses and be all inclusive. Fuck that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what kind of creature you are. If you're a creature, meaning you're not male or female, and you want to just do some weird shit and fuck toys, plastic toys, and fuck. I'm not gonna go down the gender variant path or the, you know. Anyway, you get the idea. Freaks aren't welcome, and in this type of community where people will fight for each other, right, and work together, that means we'll take a bullet for one another. We're not gonna put up with any kind of creatures of any kind. All of you fucking reptilian. I'm being funny right now. All of you creatures, right, that love to swim around in the endless sea of stupidity, right? It's your life. Enjoy it. And stay in the city. You'll fit right in with the rest of those freaks. You really will. You'll love every fucking minute of it. That's not for me. My days are numbered. I've got neighbors next to me, right? Fully vaxxed. They are fully vaxxed monkeys. And that's exactly what they do in these fucking laboratories. Animal abuse. Now we have human abuse. We have humans lining up to get God knows what injected into their veins. Fucking guinea pigs. It's absolutely disgusting. It really is. It's amazing how YouTube starts disrupting the stream. It really is. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. The bottom line is, for those that do tune in that are in love with the positivity bullshit, it's time to snap out of the fucking illusion. Because that's what it is. It's a form of mind control. It's fucking with your head. You're not able to think critically. And you're getting fucked up the ass with a red, white, and blue dildo with no fucking lube. And that's not looking too good. You got these giant crystals, right, up your ass. And you can't even see what color the fucking sky is. It's not looking good. It really isn't. It's really a tragedy. All sorts of mineral deposits building up in the anal crevices. It's a recipe for fucking disaster. And you wonder why you've got, kidney stones and things like that. It's inconvenient. Excuse me. Seems we're having a technical moment. It really is a tragedy. It really is. Looks like the stream status is good. The bottom line is, folks, you have to fight. You have to stand for what you believe in. And there's a lot of people out there. But again, I can only reiterate so much information. The truth is, it's better late than never. And what's today? July 31st? Yeah. So take this as a warning. If you have the means, now's the time to act. Don't wait. Okay? This is real. Like I said, the threat's not going away. These, like I said, transhumanist injections are going to be annually, possibly every 6 months. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. The point is, this is the direction these freaks are going in. And it's not something you want to be a part of. And I'm going to add another key detail to it. Immortality for these zombies is right around the corner, which is all the reason more it's that important to be in the mountains, because it's a natural barrier against these freaks that need to be connected to the network at all times. And they're going to have network issues. They're going to have issues psychologically when they come around. And it's going to fuck with their programming. That's why you need to be in mountainous terrain. And again, All those little towers that you see in the city, those are mind control towers. That's what they are, mind control towers. Yeah. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's my message for the day. Reevaluate your priorities, reevaluate your beliefs. Understand that gematria is not everything, it's just simply the key to understanding all of the bullshit that goes on. And I know a lot of people don't care for the biblical stuff, but you might want to get to know it because it's very real, and gematria only reinforces that. And understand, I can go down all sorts of rabbit holes and explain things, but I don't need to. All I can tell you is fight for what you believe in. And one other thing, it was around April of 2020. I had a gentleman reach out to me, and he was very specific. He says, "We're fighting against the Illuminati, and I don't come out of my shack until May 1st." Exactly. And those who know the history of May 1st and the establishment of the Order of the Illuminati, you get the idea. It's all mockery. Because, see, the idea is to build back better. Okay? They have to tear down their system that they built and rebuild it back. And what better way to do it than to use the Q-tards, to use the positivity cult freaks? You bring them together, and it's just a recipe for fucking disaster. It really is. And that's not even including the BLM freaks. They have no idea. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color of your skin is, what size, what language you speak, you are the enemy. And they're gonna change your fucking body and turn you into a useless pile of shit that's not gonna have any say in anything. You're gonna be docile. And understand, when they say 2030, you'll be docile well before 2030 gets around. In fact, we already see that now. People walking around with 3 or 4 layers of useless cloth on their face. Half their teeth are probably already missing in the back. It's a proven fact in the medical field that you get a thing called mask mouth, right? Bacteria and all kinds of other shit builds up in there. But again, that's common sense. We don't want to talk about that. So the point is simple. Think about where you're going to be 6 months from now and make the moves to get there through action, not just words, action. That's my suggestion to you guys. If you need to build a community, link up with people that are serious about it, reach out to them in the comments section. If you want to reach out to me, that's fine. You have my email, unmaskedilluminati@musician.org. You can also visit the website, unmaskedilluminati.org. You can sign up, register, you can leave a comment. Let's connect. Let's network. Because this system that we're on, which is their system, by the way, it's temporary. And you're going to have to do without a lot sooner than you realize. So keep that in mind. With that being said, much love to all of you, and thank you for tuning in. That's it. America Relic out. Till next time. Truth Seeker.